Ah, gee, Riz, there were so many of them that I enjoyed. I mean, I enjoyed every night. I enjoyed being there. I enjoyed getting dressed and going out there and doing it. But I guess WrestleMania obviously would be my top, my top pick I love to watch that. And as Mr. X, the guys I worked with, Bruno Sammartino and his son, when I was Mr. X, we did a TV taping, and Bruno and his son teamed up, and I was with, the Bronx Bomber, uh, the Brooklyn Brawler,
Yes.
and myself, and we teamed up with Bruno Sammartino and his son, and that was to me, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I was in the ring with Bruno Sammartino. I mean, think about that, and his son, and that would be one of my top ones. And then the British Bulldogs as Mr. X. Boy, they used to. They were really, as we say in the business, snug with everybody, especially Tom. He was really, really, a stiff guy to work with, and I enjoyed it and I endured it. But my matches with them were some of the best. I mean, he took me off the top rope backwards and gave me a suplex off the top rope. I mean, it was that was a great match that I always remember. And of course, there are so many that I could be here all night telling you about them. But I have quite a few matches with Coco Ware. I mean, we wrestled for, I don't know, every night for a long time. Sam Houston, I enjoyed working with him. Jim Myers, Georgie Animal Steel. I'll tell you a little story if you got a minute here. He used to have a doll called Mine. You remember that? I don't know if you remember that or not.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, he I would go in the ring at some of these spots, and Jim wasn't feeling well at this point in time in his life. He had some problems, but he always made the show. But anyway, I would go out and literally wrestle with a doll. I would take the doll away from him, and I would slam it on the ground, and I would drop elbows on it and stuff like that, and the people would go crazy. So yeah, those matches will always stick in my mind. The people loved it. They were screaming and hollering, and oh boy, Jim was so great that literally wrestling a doll, and getting over it was just amazing. So yeah, there's so many. And the night I was actually in the ring with Hulk Hogan, and we did a tag match, a 6-man tag match or something like that. And Jim and Brett left the ring with Jimmy Hart, and they left me in there, and I was in the ring with him, and he kind of cornered me and stuff like that. And and of course, but my top one would be WrestleMania. WrestleMania 3 would be and all the WrestleManias. I mean, I was in quite a few. I think I was in 10 of them. As Mr. X and Danny Davis at the time. I was in 10 of them, and the Battle Royals and King of the Rings and all those I was involved in. Those are all exciting because all those guys were in there. And Butcher for Sean, when I was with Mr. X, Butcher for Sean. I don't have a tape of it because it was in just local. God rest his soul. I was Mr. X, and he told me to slam him, and he was a big guy. And he, I slammed him and stuff like that. And, he was just, everybody was so helpful. Mike Sharp, Iron Mike Sharp, I don't know if you remember him. He stands out in my mind. He used to beat you with that arm. He used to hit you pretty hard, but God love him. I loved working with him. And like I say, those are just some of the few, but I worked with so many great guys, that knew what was going on and knew how to handle me because I was green and stuff like that and helped me along. It was such an exciting time. Oh, you're making me a little misty here thinking about all those times. Oh, good.
What a great run. Think about all the world champs. Not only Bruno, not only Hogan, but also Pedro Morales. You worked a lot of world champions, which is pretty damn cool.
Pedro Morales. Yeah, like I say, all of them. Everybody wanted to work with me. They loved working with me as Mr. X, and then they enjoyed working with me as Dangerous Danny Davis. But, we were, and Vince was, without telling us or letting us know, we were developing or educating the fans to the fact that smaller guys were necessary in the future to be the superstars. And as you see on TV, there's no one guy that stands out, but the stature they have, they're a little smaller than the guys. Like when I first went to my first wrestling match, these were grown men, and there was nobody under 6 foot tall and 200 or 300 pounds, and they were, they weren't kids. They were grown men in their 40s and 30s and stuff like that. And now you watch TV, and they're very young, and their stature isn't as big as the past. There are some, but I'm not taking anything away from them. Don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to put over is we were the Sam Houston's, Coco Ware's, the Dangerous Danny Davis's. We were the guys who were being used to educate the fans, in my opinion, to the fact that in the future that the smaller guys in stature would probably be the superstars of the future. And I think that's happened.